The general understanding is that geodetic lines, or ley lines as they have been branded by parapsychological investigators and occultists nowadays, hypothetically align groups of consecrated sites in the same geographical region. Alfred Watkins first coined the term in 1921 to describe these ceremonial pathways, but it wasn't until Guy Underwood identified them as markers for an electromagnetic anomaly that was generated underground that they acquired the occult significance for which they are famed today. In his fascinating book titled The Pattern of the Past, Underwood divulged that the geodetic force originated deep beneath the Earth's surface, and more significantly perhaps, that its wave motions were wholly defined by mathematical laws involving the numbers 3 and 7. From here, the force powered up to the surface as an innumerable series of magnetic currents like a giant tree experiencing its entire spurt growth within the space of a microsecond. Upon having surfaced, its individual currents or lines proceeded to meander about vertically, an oddity which recalls the spiraling forms of the Labyrinth motif and affected the electromagnetic workings of the mammalian nervous system. On closer inspection, it became apparent to Underwood that there were two different types of geodetic lines, track lines and aquastats. The less powerful of the two comprised a network of 6 lines grouped into 2 triads, whilst the stronger current comprised 12 lines grouped into 4 triads, with each triad maintaining the distance of 1/3 to 2/3 of a meter from one another. Just like the pranic life force, the intangible electricity coursing through the living body is betrayed by the sound of a pulse. So too did Underwood believe that the geodetic force was the palpable heartbeat of nature, herself a giant living organism. According to Underwood, areas under which geodetic lines pass somehow disrupt a positively charged current in the earth, a phenomenon which is greatly amplified by the presence of subterranean water. If we concur to this logic, then any significantly large body of underground water should be able to magnify existing electromagnetic anomalies to the point that self-contained energy vortices appear. In inverting the energy flow at a particular junction, vortices can in effect wreak havoc with the electrical and magnetic currents of the Earth, and in doing so manifest anti-gravitational quirks, such as those we might find at Spook Hill in Lake Wales in Florida, at Davalis Cave in the vicinity of Pendeli Mountain in Greece, and the Mystery Spot in Santa Cruz in California. Here one can witness cars and balls rolling uphill, and streams flowing upwards, experience optical illusions whereby people's heights vacillate as they walk about, or acquire paraphysical abilities like walking on a 45-degree angle, a bizarre feat otherwise only possible in the world of dreams. Given that the mammalian nervous system is particularly sensitive to these geodetic forces, and that the latter interferes with the former, then who goes to say that a conscious appropriation of these earth forces by the human mind wasn't the driving force behind the Herculean feats we see on Easter Island, with the erection of the Mao statues, and in England with Stonehenge? Perhaps our primitive ancestors knew how to canalize these geodetic energies to facilitate the construction of megalithic monuments and experience divine epiphany. Both the talent itself and its memory vanished from our medic library as we climbed along the evolutionary ladder, for the same reasons that all other cognitive-based abilities of Earth-based consciousness did. It was not essential to survival. Nowadays, the New Age section of many bookshops and libraries is abreast with evidence, both anecdotal and experiential in nature, attempting to link the electromagnetic anomalies that occur around geodetic lines with phantom armies, ghosts, poltergeists, ghouls, and a plethora of other parapsychological phenomena. The theory has fostered a long list of adamant supporters over the years, some of which include eccentric classicist John Mitchell, known amongst esoteric circles for his 1967 publication The Flying Saucer Vision, and British amateur archaeologist Thomas Lethbridge, a scholar whose work with the pendulum contributed to a 20th century revivification of the idea that all created matter has a vibrational rate. Another researcher by the name of Phil Grant has gone so far as to claim that about 9 out of 10 UFO sightings and supernatural experiences reported at Bournemouth in the United Kingdom occurred near or on geodetic lines. If convictions of such a provocative nature serve as accurate measures of reality, then any region characterized by a combination of electromagnetic anomalies and supernatural occurrences should in effect mark a geodetic node or hotspot on the Earth's surface. One in Greece proper is Pendeli Mountain, and the priests and priestesses of the Athena goddess no doubt knew of the location's said significance, otherwise there would have been no reason to declare it sacrosanct or to quarry marble to build the Parthenon from its heart centre, when the same marble pervaded regions much closer to their chosen construction sites. While the validity of geodetic energies as the driving and unifying force behind parapsychological episodes and anti-gravitational phenomena of a more radical nature might remain scientifically unverifiable and questionable for some time yet, the numinous character of the Labyrinth motif and its nexus of meanings does much to vindicate the existence of a primeval cosmology which regarded the bones of the earth in Mother Nature as the seat of universal consciousness and life. From this perspective, the inexplicable phenomena unraveling at the Pendeli region in Greece proper, at Spook Hill in Florida, and at the Mystery Spot in California form the tips of a far greater but untold story. They are ancient portals beckoning us to walk through and reacquaint ourselves with the long-forgotten religion and philosophy of our primordial ancestors. And on that note, I will see you next time.